Well, English students, here's a tutorial really quickly on your declaration with your group. So what I want to do is go to open up some tabs. We're going to go ahead and open up this tab. This is where this is coming from right here. And there's actually a file right here that describes the assignment, but also over here, it's a lot easier for this one to go to Google Classroom. So you will go to Google Classroom. And on Google Classroom, what you should see is you should see this right here. It says our declaration. And what you'll want to do, of course, is to open up this assignment. And I'm going to give a really quick description, even though you can simply read it, just because there's a couple other things I want you to see as it loads here on my computer. It says, for this assignment, you will be drafting a Declaration of Independence from some person, group, rule, or government control in students' lives. Using the Declaration of Independence as a model, try to persuade your audience by emulating the same tones, rhetorical devices, parallel structures, and formal syntax of the original document. So in other words, you're writing your own Declaration of Independence using a modern issue in students' lives. I'm sure that you can think of one, but I want you to use the same tones and rhetorical devices, the syntax of the Declaration of Independence. You'll notice that the document is going to be structured in 5 different sections. And so each section has been started for you. You're going to complete a minimum word count of each. So I don't expect your groups to be as long as the Declaration of Independence. Please don't make your grievances as long as they are for King George. Although you will have to come up with some of them. Another thing that you may want to do, I will strongly encourage you that you do, is assign students to each section. There are 5 sections. There will be 3 to 4 of you in your group. So that is going to be something that is a little uneven, but some of the sections are shorter and longer than others. I want you to share this document between students in the group so that everybody's working on it at the same time. When you get done, what needs to be done is you need to have each of these sections filled in. And I'm going to show you really quickly what that looks like. So decide who your group members are, who you're declaring, what you're declaring your independence from, and try to pick something that you can really back up, support, make a list of wrongs for. That's really important. For example, if you're going to declare independence from a dress code, for example, you're going to have to really be creative about how you think about that list of wrongs, in the same way that the colonists had said that they wanted to separate from the British Crown. They were really specific with King George as far as those lists of grievances and why it was. So think about that with the dress code. Why specifically are you declaring independence from that? That you could come up with a list, but some topics are better than others in terms of lending themselves to being specific. And so if you can't think of a lot of reasons, then you're going to have to really think about a good topic. So decide on one as a group. So in the beginning here, what we have is we've got the actual declaration. I want you to read that for each of these sections. And then you will, of course, put your version down here. So it's already started with you in blue. So you'll add on to this. This is your section for writing. Okay, the unanimous declaration of, and then you'd put your group. When in the course of student events, blah, 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 blah. And so you want to kind of give some necessary information about appeal to the natural sense and logic of people. And so this is just a very short section, 25 or more words. Again, up here, you're not giving your what you're actually asking to get directly, what you're asking from independence from. Okay, you're giving more of the you're giving more of the ideas behind it. Why should a student have these rights? Is it because they're God-given rights, or mankind requires it? So it's really more of just a premise that you're giving up here. Why is it that students deserve rights? And over here, what are the undergirding assumptions or beliefs do you have about your rights? Again, this is something very similar. Okay, you're talking about governments. Maybe if it's about a dress code, maybe it's about school governments, or it's about school administrations. Whatever it is, maybe it's not about a school administration. Maybe you've got a different topic. But I hope that you start it this way. We hold these truths to be self-evident. blah, 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 blah. Okay, 50 or more words. Look at this as an example. You can take some of these words. I don't want you to take all these words. So you can lift words and phrases, but I really want you to change your sentences. I don't want you to just, like, for example, copy this whole sentence right here and then change 2 words. Okay, we want to try to copy some of the syntax and the way that these sentences are created. So look at that, but I still want you to have some creativity in this, okay? Down here, this is their complaints, the list of wrongs. Look at all these wrongs that need to be exacted for the colonists. But for you, I'm not expecting that much. Okay, 7 or more grievances. Notice also the parallelism, the rhetorical appeals being used here. Notice the repetition. I want you to use that as a model. And then down here in the last one, the last 2, just kind of follow the same type of idea here. It does tell you how many words. This will be due on Monday in class. And so make sure that you finish that, share with a group, share with each other, and I look forward to see your declaration. We will read some of these in class, of course. They're going to be great. So good job, you guys, and keep up the good work. And I will stop this video now.